that Baba Siddique, the former minister when the Punjabi rapper Sidhu Moosewala, is that Bishnoi had used the Salman Khan name.
Views expressed in this blog are hosted on my own website, are strictly personal and do not reflect the views of any organization.
Namaskar, hello and welcome to Straight Bat, my weekly video blog where, as the title suggests, I comment with a straight bat. Now this week on Straight Bat, the curious case of Lawrence Bishnoi and the tragic case of Baba Siddique. Last Saturday, I was in Bandra at a friend's house when news suddenly came in that Baba Siddique, the former minister and former Bandra MLA of Mumbai, had been shot dead not too far away from where we were. Baba was a political friend, someone who I knew for more than, close to 3 decades. I recall meeting Baba Siddique first in the early 1990s. He was then in the Youth Congress and he would hang around the then Mumbai Northwest MP, the late Sunil Dutt's house. Baba, you see, had this knack of making friends across the political spectrum. He invited me once, I recall, to his iftar party, and I was just struck by the range of people who were present there. From Bollywood stars to humble party workers, all of them had space at Baba Siddique's iftar party. In 2012, soon after Sachin Tendulkar retired, I suggested to Baba Siddique that we should have a special tribute to Sachin for his many achievements. Sachin lived in Bandra, Baba was the MLA there and a minister. So the Network 18 group where I worked and Baba Siddique got together and we got a sculpted Tendulkar large bat installed at the Bandra seafront. Baba was enterprising and managed to ensure that all the timelines were met. Given his ability to get things done, it was not surprising that Baba then had this large network of contacts and friends. In fact, Baba was everyone's friend, from Salman Khan to, Rajdeep Sardesai. Enter now Lawrence Bishnoi, the name that suddenly has sparked off fear everywhere. You see, within literally an hour of the killing of Baba being reported, when I spoke to a police officer, the needle of suspicion immediately was put on the Bishnoi gang, that Baba Siddique had been killed by a member of the Bishnoi gang. Now remember, we weren't saying this. It was the Mumbai police who within an hour of the killing said the Bishnoi gang is behind it. It brought back memories of what would happen in the 1990s in Mumbai. Then when any crime happened, the needle of suspicion would invariably fall on the Dawood gang, the infamous D company, or sometimes, occasionally, on the Chota Rajan gang. Both Dawood and Chota Rajan were out of the country at the time. Dawood was operating from Pakistan and Dubai, Rajan from Bangkok and East Asia. I remember once getting a call from Chota Shakil, who was very close to Dawood Ibrahim, part of his gang, saying, "Yaar, har baar aap hamara naam lete ho, is crime mein mera koi lena dena nahi hai." I was sort of worried that, Chota Shakil ringing me up, but that was what would happen in the 1990s. And I was always astounded to think that two gangsters sitting outside the country were apparently running Mumbai. We were told they had parceled areas out of Mumbai and they ran their extortion and various other rackets, including land grabbing, from overseas. The Bishnoi case, though, my friends, is even more mystifying. Think about this. Here is someone, a young man, housed in a jail since 2014. In 2023 is moved from the Tihar jail to the high security Sabarmati jail in Gujarat. How could someone then, sitting in this high security jail, be orchestrating these killings all over, including a killing in Mumbai of Baba Siddique? That was my first reaction when this senior Mumbai policeman told me that Lawrence was behind the Baba killing. What is the motive, I asked. We are not sure of the motive, replied the cop, but then added for good measure that Lawrence was gunning for actor Salman Khan, who in turn is close to Baba Siddique. In fact, Salman was a regular at Baba's iftar parties, and it was at one such party a few years ago that Baba had famously helped bridge the divide between Salman and Shah Rukh Khan while holding both their hands aloft. You see, Lawrence wants to send a message to Salman that he is next in line, and killing Baba may have something to do with it, said the cop to me. To be honest, I found this reasoning a bit bizarre and absurd. Yes, Lawrence Bishnoi has claimed that he would target Salman Khan for killing a black buck many years ago. A black buck, an animal that is revered by the Bishnoi community, worshipped by them all those years ago. Yes, there had been a shootout outside Salman Khan's residence in Bandra in April this year, allegedly carried out by members of the Bishnoi gang. But to now suggest that the Bishnoi gang has killed Baba Siddique because of his proximity to Salman Khan is frankly hard to digest, and at the moment without any corroborative evidence. What I have gathered instead, after speaking to various people involved in the investigation, is that Bishnoi had used the Salman Khan name to simply try and build his own growing reputation as a gangster number one, someone who could be feared. From operating first through shooters based in Punjab, he now had a national network of apparently more than 700 shooters across the country from states like Haryana, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh and others. Interestingly, what I also gathered from the investigators is that many of Lawrence Bishnoi's hitmen, the empire that he has, is now controlled by a few of his close aides who run the business from US and Canada, including a key member, the Canada-based Goldie Brar. Many Canadians or the Canadian investigators are claiming it is Goldie Brar who has been involved in certain killings in their country. This crime business is driven by using local handlers and shooters, often hired for specific purposes for a small payment. Unlike the D Company gang that worked as a cohesive unit in the 1990s, the Bishnoi gang, I am told, is now driven by what one policeman called freelancers, young men from Punjab, Haryana, UP, Bihar, Rajasthan, willing to do a hit job for a price. They are paid per assignment, but there is little connection between them and the top leadership of the Bishnoi gang, or should we now call them the B Company. The world, in fact, first really took notice of this Bishnoi gang when the Punjabi rapper Sidhu Moosewala was killed in 2022. Bishnoi instantly took responsibility for it, claiming that he was avenging the killing of an aide. If Moosewala's killing drew attention to Bishnoi, and the Salman incident has made him an even more feared figure. But where does Baba Siddique, a former MLA and minister and a politician of Mumbai, fit into this? Frankly, nowhere yet. This, from what I can gather, was a pure contract killing, undertaken at the behest of powerful forces. When I asked my Mumbai police friends just who these powerful forces were, one of them replied, "You know, Rajdeep, how many powerful people there are in Mumbai. It could be any one of them." Now, there is no more powerful force in Mumbai, my friends, than the real estate barons. Now, Baba Siddique himself had interests in the real estate sector. He had set up a business in that sector, and he was being investigated, or his company was being investigated by the Enforcement Directorate in a slum redevelopment project in the Bandra area, and many believe that this was the reason why he switched sides earlier this year from the Congress to the NCP Ajit Pawar faction. The real estate business in Mumbai, like in many parts of the country, involves huge political patronage. Baba Siddique was close to a few businessmen operating in Mumbai's suburbs, especially areas in and around Bandra. In the last 20 years, he has been involved in a number of rebuilding projects in this hugely lucrative Bandra Khar area. In fact, Baba Siddique had undertaken redevelopment projects of around 30 to 40 buildings, some of them slums in and around the Bandra Khar belt in partnership with these other big builders. And this is what I have learned, that at least in two recent cases, this involves some really big names in Mumbai's real estate sector, including two planned projects near the Bandra Kurla complex, the most valuable real estate in the city. And this is what now leads to the big questions. Was there a dispute that came up between Baba and some of these other real estate barons over a land deal in these pockets? And if so, who precisely was this dispute with? And why did Lawrence Bishnoi choose to get into it? Apparently, from what I gather, one of Lawrence Bishnoi's overseas aides took the supari a few months ago, working through local handlers. These aides operate either to kill or to settle ransom amounts. In Baba's case, one gathers, as I said earlier, that this was a pure contract killing. There is, of course, still the nagging question or questions. What is Lawrence's role in all of this? How does someone in a high security prison communicate with his aides so easily? Is he getting access to mobile communication and telephony? If so, who's giving it to him? Why then was the Mumbai police denied permission to interrogate him in April after the Salman Khan incident? Were the restrictions put in by the Home Ministry? And if so, why? Who is Lawrence Bishnoi's protector? His Suraksha Kavach that seemingly ensures his safety in jail while his team conducts such gun-for-hire killings? Is Lawrence Bishnoi being used to settle scores from Mumbai to Canada? And if so, by whom? And is there a political angle to a Don who clearly has become a larger-than-life figure? When I posed these questions to my policeman friend, he laughed. Rajdeep, yahi aapki problem hai. This is your problem. You ask too many questions. Kuch cheezon ko chhod do, leave some things alone. Maybe in that answer lies the deepening mystery of a gangster who seems to know too much. And as I said, we seem to have moved from the D company to the B gang. That was the Straight Bat. Do of course subscribe to my YouTube channel for many more such videos. For now, stay well, stay safe. Jai Hind. Namaskar.